clandestine group in Iran took in order to create a nuclear weapon, to basically weaponize the fissile material that they have and put it on a ballistic missile. Israel will not allow Iran to annihilate it. We know that Iran has repeatedly declared that they want to destroy the state of Israel, that they have to remove this cancerous tumor. They have been actually acting on 3 tracks to destroy us. Creating a nuclear weapon, creating a huge arsenal of ballistic missiles. By the way, we know that they were intending to build in the next 3 years 10,000 ballistic missiles, and in 6 years 20,000 ballistic missiles. Now, we are a country half of Haryana, you know, this size of Mizoram or Meghalaya. And such a barrage of ballistic missiles, with each one carrying 1 ton of TNT, is devastating. In addition to that, they were creating all this ring of fire around us with all these proxies which they were, helping with creating their own arsenal of weapons, of missiles, training, financing. So now we had to act to remove the possibility that they would attack us with a nuclear weapon. So we took targeted action, and we are determined to make sure that Iran never acquire the capability to have a nuclear weapon.
Right. While this was a preemptive strike that you say in Israel's defense, there is a big worry of an all-out war in the Middle East. Is that something that Israel is now preparing for, a long, prolonged war with Iran, possibly?
We are prepared for their retaliation. As we speak, there is a barrage of 100 drones on the way to Israel. This may be accompanied, like it did back in April, with a barrage of ballistic missiles. Yes, we knew that Iran would retaliate. We are preparing ourselves to that. But it's completely up to the Iranians to decide whether they want to expand this war, because the Americans have warned them that if the United States is attacked, then the United States would retaliate. And therefore, it's up to them. We have an interest just to neutralize the threat. The Iranians have to understand that once they have caught red-handed, not only by us, by the IAEA, that has declared that they are in non-compliance of the Safeguards Agreement, they have to renounce what they call the right to enrich, because they have cheated the system. They are no longer entitled to enjoy rights as regular nations, because they are manipulating the world, and they are using this capability and threatening to annihilate other countries.
Right. I'd like to ask you about the impact on energy prices. What Iran can actually do is not just retaliate against Israel specifically, but send a message to the entire world by possibly stopping or closing the Strait of Hormuz. And we've already seen oil prices jumping this morning, a 9 to 10% hike in oil prices. What's going to be your response to concerns around what may happen to the Strait of Hormuz and how Iran may react there?
Well, we are very, very highly coordinated with our partners and allies. As you probably know, following the Abraham Accords, we have increased the level of coordination we have with the Central Command of the American military forces, and we are also in contact with other armies of countries in the region. They are all in a state of alert, and I think that the Iranians will do a huge mistake if they decide to attack additional countries in the region.
Right. And in case they close down the Strait of Hormuz, what will be Israel's reaction then, sir?
Well, Israel is, first of all, acting to defend itself. But by doing that, we are not only preventing a terrible Holocaust of our people, like the one we had 8 years ago, that we are determined to prevent, but also we are defending the world. Because, look, imagine that Iran would have nuclear weapons. What that would do to all our neighbors that are completely defenseless against that. What that would do to the world. We cannot allow ourselves, as an international community, to have rogue elements equipped with nuclear weapons. So Israel, by defending itself, it's actually doing a major service to the world.
Right. Iran has vowed to retaliate, and they've said that Israel will have to pay for what has happened. We're also reading, and we're getting reports that Iran has spent many years strengthening its nuclear sites, and it will be difficult to penetrate them. Israel has carried out one phase of attacks. Will this operation now continue against Iran? Are we going to see more strikes over the next few days?
We have declared that if Iran retaliates, we will be free to retaliate again. So yes, you could indeed see or could see that this will continue. The Iranians have invested tens of billions of dollars, even more than that, in creating this monstrous genocidal capability. And we have the responsibility to prevent it, to remove it, to neutralize it. And therefore we've been acting the combination of tools, not just military tools, but intelligence tools and capabilities we have developed throughout these years. Because when somebody claims that they want to, or declares that they want to exterminate you, you have to take it seriously. Unfortunately, many countries in the world are repeating the mistakes that were done almost 100 years ago when there was such a fascist regime emerging in Europe. Then they tried to prevent war in any way. And the result was the biggest war in the history of humankind that cost 60 million lives. So we cannot wait for that to happen again. We have responsibility. I think we are not the only ones having that responsibility, and therefore we're expecting support. We're enjoying very good coordination. We are in sync with our American friends, and I hope that through this joint effort, Iran will understand that it has to renounce this mode of action.
Right. President Trump said he did not want Israel to target Iran as U.S. negotiations on a nuclear deal continue. Was U.S. on board before Israel launched this attack? And in case there is a full-blown war, what is the kind of support that you expect from the global community, including India?
Yes, we were coordinated. President Trump and other players were updated regarding what we're going to do. They understand very well that Iran was actually manipulating and using the time, stalling for time, working for time. And in the meantime, developing on a fast track a weaponization program. And that's why we had to take action.
And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Global Eye. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to CNBC TV.